Welcome back! Okay, it's time to finally do the Philippines vlog. So, as most of you know, the trip did not go as planned. So, I have a very special guest that's going to help tell the story, seeing as the story needs to be told by someone who was, in fact, alive for it. So, here we go. Ta-da! Robert was alive for the trip. I was not. I can at least participate in the beginnings of the journey. However, the endings, the middle, the ending, all of it, I am not there for. So, where should we start?
The beginning. It's a very good place
It is
to start.
a very good place to start. So, we went to the Philippines for first Eid this year, 2025. Robert was very excited. Our friend Victor had done this boat tour type thing, and he was very excited about it. And we were getting there 2 days, 2 nights beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got in late one night because we had to go to Manila and then to El Nido.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then to El Nido. And so we just decided just to stay kind of in like a medium hotel because whatever, we're just sleeping there. And we've been careful. We've been to Bali. We knew the drill. So the first day we got up and we didn't have anything to like planned to do, so we went.
Well, remember before when we were in the Manila airport, I went. The first sign should have been when I went to go get water.
That's true, from the water cooler that they said like potable water, and it was hot.
It was very hot, so we didn't drink that.
We did not drink that because we were nervous. You know, we had this big trip planned, and the airport was open air and hot.
Birds flying around.
Birds. We had like all of our bags. You know, I don't really care for birds.
And then we got on a tiny little plane.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 50 people max could have fit on that plane. Maybe.
Yeah.
And it was a propeller plane. And we flew, it was like 2 hours. But it was
lovely.
super cool.
Yeah, we flew over beautiful islands. I was getting hype. I wasn't really aware what we were doing.
It was one of the more incredible landing situations.
Yeah. You just kind of, you're on the ocean, all of a sudden,
and
bam!
And the airport in El Nido is open air.
It is literally, you walk off the plane and you're like, and you're in the jungle. There are monkeys just around.
It's just a room
So
that's open.
Yes. There's no baggage claim. Tis just the people handing you your things. So we get there, we take it.
Had a driver waiting.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. And he took us to our hotel in like a van. Because it was like a 45-minute drive.
It was like 25, 30 minutes.
It was mountainous. And it was zigzaggy and very mountainous. I'm very glad we didn't have like a scooter or something like in Bali. And then our hotel was nice, but it wasn't like
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't like gross, but it wasn't like something fancy. And of course we FaceTimed all our families, everything. And we decided to go.
Well, we walked on the beach that night.
Yeah.
To go get dinner.
And saw sunset.
It was like
I got a point.
Cocos Cabanas or something like that. And it was on a point where you could see the sun going down, and there were these massive island like formations off in the distance, and it was really nice.
And we kept hearing this noise, and I was like, "What is that sound?" And there was a zip line. I'm like, "Oh, I know what we're doing tomorrow." So we went to bed early. It was Robert's birthday. The next day, it was Robert's birthday, and we decided we wanted to go zip line. So we had to like Google all the stuff.
The guy like dropped us off.
We ate breakfast at a nice place.
Yeah, right across from the hotel, and it was really good.
Delicious.
Like really good. And we like had a little tuk-tuk.
Which is just a motorbike.
It's a motorbike with a shell put on it that has like a little extra seat, so it looks like a little
car,
like tricycle car thing that you would see, but it's just a motorcycle with a shell thing.
Like the
on
person's driving just a motorcycle.
And you can't sit up straight, so you're in it like this the whole time.
With the man
like this.
I took some videos. It was hilarious.
He took us to the like bottom of this hill. He's like, "It's up there." We're like, "Oh, cool."
Oh, okay.
We didn't know that it closes for like what, an hour or 2?
Hour and a half for lunch.
For lunch at noon. So we have to walk up this damn
like mountain.
Yeah.
Straight up and down. I mean, I'm like kind of crawling on my hands and knees.
And there's no one working there, but there are like people up there. And so we get up there and someone says, "Oh yeah, they're closed." So we like get in line, and we're probably like
20 deep.
20 deep, yeah.
15, 20 deep.
And there's these like 2 guys behind us. They're sitting there, and we're passing the time. And Ellie does what she always does to pass the time, and she asks me the most ridiculous questions you can possibly imagine. Like, would you rather have legs the size of your fingers or legs
Fingers
or
the
fingers
size
the size of your legs?
It's a great question. Honestly, there's only one right answer. Julia, if you're
And
watching
she's
this,
got-
your answer is wrong.
She's got a million of these. And we're going through, and the two guys behind us kind of start chuckling, and we turn around, and LB asks
I'm like,
them-
okay, so what would you rather
Yeah.
do? Have to eat a cork whole or a handful of bottle caps?
Yeah.
They're like, probably the cork. I'm like,
and they went right with it.
They
and
were all
they were
in.
awesome.
So then we ended up talking to them
they
for a
were,
while.
Yeah, they were a couple from California.
well, one was from like Minnesota.
One was from Michigan, and the other guy was from California. Yeah. And they were both professional dancers, but like
backup dancers for
choreographed
like Beyonce.
for-
One
yeah.
one was choreographing Cirque du
Disney.
Soleil. One was doing Disney.
he was choreographing Disney
World
yeah.
stuff.
And they were both like
fit.
very fit,
But,
not
like,
like
not, like,
muscular,
jacked.
but like just very ripped.
Yeah. Very lean.
Yeah, and they were hilarious, and they loved LAB.
Yeah, we were having
And
a good
so
time.
we passed the time with them for like, because the people came back, then we got the tickets, and then we had to wait like another hour. So
But
we were
the
up there.
numbers were like, calling number 37, 42, 12, and you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm 51, and you're like, 67, you're like, I'm confused at the number
Yeah.
system.
And then finally, and it's like going from the top of this island across the water to another island. I mean, it was like a half a mile long or something. It was really long.
lovely.
Yeah. And the water is crystal blue below you, and
I saw a turtle!
LAV saw a turtle. It was pretty amazing.
It was a good time. I mean, it was our
Yeah.
entire day, but it was a good time. Then we had lunch at the same place we'd had dinner because we were like, well, it's
Yeah,
right
the
there,
cook-
we're
yeah.
hungry, because we thought it would
And
be
it was
fast.
good.
It was good.
Real good.
Had a burger.
And both times, this is important to note, we both ate from each other's plates.
Yeah, like we got a burger and split it. The night before I got a burger and he got whatever, and we each ate
The tacos,
ate
yeah.
half.
And then
Then we had the meeting.
Yeah, then we had a meeting with the company. It's called Tao Expeditions.
Great.
And
They're very lovely people.
their whole thing is you're coming here to go off the grid, and they will take you on these boats to uninhabited islands, or if the islands are inhabited, they're inhabited by just a fishing village. And a few years ago, fishing just kind of went away in some respects. So these people had kind of no way of life. So the idea is to help, help the economy or whatever.
Boost the local
Yeah.
economy.
And so it's all done by local people. The people who work at all the different camps are all from the fishing villages, and they teach them how to do like certain skills or whatever.
And they have like a women's empowerment sector, and so there's like a whole women learn to like do like foot and neck massages, and like they do like a bunch of service stuff,
Yeah.
and then like
So it's like a whole operation.
It's really great.
And
So we went to the like briefing.
and the food is supposed to be incredible. They
It's
it's all fresh. They farm on the different islands. The like villages farm it and everything. So you're eating like really fresh
It was
food.
my biggest fear. That was my one stressor, was being outside and sweaty at night. Was
And it's like
kind of
5 nights.
because you sleep like they take you to island to island, and then you sleep in like a hut under a mosquito net. And I was like, I don't really know
Yeah.
about that, but fine. And then he was like, and then the guy got up and he was like, being picky doesn't count as an allergy. And I'm like, that's not. Oh no. And they like wanted to toast with a drink, and it was like alcohol.
Well, for my
and I was like,
birthday.
I don't want. Yeah, for his birthday, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want this. I don't want
And
any
so then he was like,
But we got all the supplies. We got fins. We got
yeah,
surf. I mean, we like really went all in for
yeah.
this.
And he was like, whatever you do, like make sure you eat somewhere that like don't be adventurous in your eating tonight. You don't want to show up tomorrow and be sick. So
He was like, eat pizza, eat
yeah,
pasta.
he was like, go to
eat,
this,
like,
whatever. Yeah, so
eat
we
bread.
there was a resort that had like a nice restaurant, and so we went
An
there. And we're
Italian
like,
restaurant.
we're gonna have pizza, and then
Just
that's it. We're
plain
not gonna,
ass, no meat pizza. I saw a
And-
rat.
Well, at least we saw a rat. And
We both ate the pizza.
then we go to bed, or we watch Secondhand Lions for my birthday,
For
and
your
then we go and we show up the next morning at like 8:00, and
With all of our gear,
all
ready
our
to
gear,
go.
and they have like one of these old school buses, which are quite common like in the Philippines and in the islands and stuff, and it's open air kind of school bus thing. They throw all of our bags on top, and we all get in.
And I'm really tired because we had to wake up at like 7:30 to get our stuff to go there, and we went to bed at like,
yeah,
you know,
and it's like
11:30.
bench seating, so it's not horizontal. You're like vertical seating.
So you're
Yeah,
going
or
perpendicular to the
perpendicular.
road.
Yeah, so you're like parallel with the car, and the bench is going like that way. So we were sitting there, It was like a 45-minute to an hour
Fully open, so like
ride,
direct sunlight.
and it's hot.
In the
yeah.
mountains, so you're zigzagging. You're like, no, it's like,
There's a nice.
it was like an hour.
Yeah, there's a nice British couple sitting next to us, and they lived in Dubai.
So we were like chatting it up
Yeah.
with them.
And
I drank my entire water bottle because my stomach started feeling queasy.
yeah,
Because, you know,
road sickness.
like
yeah.
I get motion sick on the road.
And
Specifically.
we were going to the base camp, which was like their main headquarters camp, and it kind of had some. What do you call that?
What?
The family who lives in the trees.
Oh, Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah, it had
It
that
did.
kind of vibe.
Like they used driftwood kind of thing, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, "We're gonna
so
serve
like-
you breakfast," which, by the way, 11 o'clock is not breakfast.
Well, it was like a cool
early lunch.
banana. It was like banana leaf burger or something. It was so good. It was so good.
We'll get there. So we get
And
there.
we get
they
there.
they take all of our stuff, all of our
Yeah.
belongings are getting put on the boat.
Well, in the boat, and then brought to the camp, and then
'Cause we had to hike,
in
like,
15 minutes or
Yeah,
something.
like 20 minutes in
Um,
to the wilderness.
and I guess you can kind of
No,
take
no,
at this point.
it's okay.
No, just until you. Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's just hold on. So we get to this lovely camp, and they're kind of showing us around, and they're like, "This is where the trip ends. So we'll start from here, and you'll do like a day trip from here. Like you'll eat today, you'll hear a speech, you'll do a day trip on the boat, and then tomorrow we'll
Yeah.
leave to like Island Top because
The place we're going is like, I don't know, a few days sailing
north
up. So we have to go island to island to end at the place because we're going to stay at a dive resort.
Like, because where
on
the
another
boat
island.
ends isn't where it starts. So people, when they get there, they usually either fly back to El Nido or stay there at the dive resort. So we're
Yeah.
like, well, we'll stay at the dive resort. Robert will scuba, scuba. I'll snorkel around and see some turtles. So we had it all planned out. Well, we sit down for lunch, and I go to get some more water because I've drank all mine. And I was like, hey, I'm not feeling, like, I feel like I'm sweaty. And he's like, yeah, it's really hot outside. Car sickness. You had a lot of bread and cheese last night. I'm like, you right. So I get some water, but it's warm. And I'm like, this isn't going well because I'm going to need something cold and refreshing. And, oh, Robert's going to the bathroom. And so I'm like, I don't feel very good. So we sit down, they start cooking. And you know what? There are a few things. Like, I would like to, Robert, wouldn't you agree that, like, rarely does food make me nauseous?
Yeah.
Because I don't, even if I don't want to eat it, even if you're cooking fish, I'm just kind of like, anyway, that's gross. But this was like the thought of even the smell of the food they were cooking, which was like eggs and meat, so it wasn't like a gross thing. I was like, I really don't feel good. And you, if you've ever been sick ever, you know the like cold sweat that kind of breaks out, and you're like, something ain't right. So I was like, I think I need to go to the bathroom. But it was my tummy. Like I was like, my tummy hurts. I need to go to the bathroom. And Robert's like, okay, like go. So I took my phone because we still had service, barely. And I was like, well, I can at least like, you know, look at pictures sometimes or like type out a note or something. And I go to the bathroom, and it's just not great. It's a lower end disaster, right? We got a Vesuvius style eruption going. Robert and I come back, and I was like, oof, that wasn't good. That was bad. I mean, I just fought for my life. I was in there for like the entire meal. I was in there. And I came out, and Robert had eaten my burger, and I was like, I can't even consider drinking water right now. Like, I really don't feel good. And he was like, we had a lot of gluten, a lot of cheese. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, and I probably got car sick, so it's probably just all mixing in. It's hot outside. He's like, yeah, try to drink some water. And the guide was like, all right, we're all gonna go listen to this speech before, you know, we get on the boat and go for the adventure. So we go like walk back over to the main area because it's like a food area, and then there's all these huts, and then there's another area, and then there's other huts and stuff. So like another group was gonna come back later and eat their lunch or whatever.
And then at this point, we somehow now lost reception.
Yeah, so service is gone. It's also like about to start thunderstorming.
Yeah, it's
So
looking ominous.
we're like walking, and I was like, I gotta go. Like I gotta go back. Like my stomach.
No, they're about to go on the boat.
No, this was when we were walking to the group,
yeah.
and I was like, I think I need to go back to the bathroom. And he was like, okay, go. So I ran back to the bathroom, and this time it was a both end situation, and I knew it was coming. I was crying so hard
And I was running to go get.
And Robert's like, I'm gonna get the
Zofran,
medicine
because they had taken our bags. And I'm like trying to figure out where our bags are. They're like, oh yeah, they're coming. And I was like, I need it now. And so they had to like call the guys, like, bring it over. And I got the Zofran and Imodium out of the bag.
And he
in
like
case, 'cause I
runs
didn't know
up,
what was going on.
and he's like, do you need the Zofran? And I was like, it's too late. I've already died.
I had to like run through the jungle.
This little lady came by, and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, obviously not, right? Like I'm now sitting on the floor. Mind you, this is not like a bathroom. This is like a hut, a thatched hut with
It's just a cement slab.
dirt cement slab
Yeah.
and a toilet. There's no toilet seat, it's just a toilet. Or like there's like a seat, but there's not like a lid. And it's all outside.
And so
And
I
there's
get there
two
and I'm like,
for the
here,
whole camp.
Drink some water or
The
whatever.
lady brings me hot water, and I was like, I think I would rather just keep throwing up than drink this creepy hot water. Because
And
where'd you
then,
get this?
and then Ellie like goes back in while I'm trying to get the medicine out of the bag, and then she starts throwing up a lot.
A lot.
Like a lot.
A lot.
It sounds just like The Exorcist happening in the bathroom.
It's bad.
Um,
And then I like immediately have to turn around and sit down on the toilet.
yeah.
It's bad.
And so then I get her the Zofran and Imodium, and I'm like, let's get this in your system and let's go ask them if we can like go to our hut and you lay down.
Remember that guy brought me that juice, like those weird little.
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Sorry.
So then
Time
we go to the
blurs for
hut and she like lays down, but then she like, they're like, why don't we move you closer to, because
'Cause
it's
the
like
hut
in a
was, like-
semicircle. And we were on the far one, and they're like, why don't we move you to the one that's closer here so it's a shorter walk to the bathroom?
In case she gets sick
Yeah.
again.
So she lays down and she sleeps for like, I would say 2 hours.
I wouldn't call it sleeping.
Yeah.
I was shivering.
Yeah, she had like a fever and
Full
everything.
body chills. I'd also, at this point, I'd already changed one time.
Yeah.
I'd already changed one time.
And then I'm like sitting with my satellite phone trying to text my parents being like, what the freak frack do we do?
Good catch.
And then this man like brings over a
No,
coconut.
I go back to the bathroom at least twice before the coconut.
After
comes.
2 hours, she then wakes up and the guy has come. The like head guy's come up. And he's like, "Look, we see this all the time. It's going to be 12 hours, and then she's going to be totally fine. Give her some of these supplements to take." And I was like, "Okay." So I gave
It was
her
like this, like creepy. It looked like eye drops.
Yeah, and so
It was
she
like
took
four
those.
of
So
them.
she took those,
I took one.
and then like 30 minutes later, she's back heading to the bathroom, and there is a new group that has arrived at lunch, and Ellie B's like crawling.
At this point, I have changed into Robert's boxers and my crop top T-shirt, which is soaking wet because I'm so sweaty.
And like in this time, it has completely torrential downpoured, lightning stormed everything while she's been like sleeping. And so I'm talking to the guy about, what's going on. And I see her like come out of the little tent thing, and I'm like, oh God. And she's like running in front of these people and just stops and
I'm not even running. I'm like hobbling because I have no energy.
And those of you who have like not strong stomachs,
So
just
sorry.
don't listen to this.
Bummer.
There was nothing left to come out. There were black tar things coming out.
Looks like
and
I was like
don't
throwing
really know
up
what
like
was going
fucking
on.
baked bean, like little
Yeah,
black
it
beans.
was terrible.
It was horrible.
And then she like gets to the things, doing it both ends, just still coming. Goes back, tries to lay down a little bit, and this man brings a coconut. He literally like walked up to a tree, macheted it, opened it up, and he's like, "Here, give this to her to drink." It is like a warm. But he's like electrolytes. It helps. And then they brought over the
Yellow watermelon.
watermelon.
I
red
thought,
and
I was
yellow.
like, this is it. I've died. Like, they're bringing, what the hell's a yellow watermelon? Like, what?
And then the
Robert's
guy,
like, you have to drink it. And I took like a literal of
yeah, it was
of
like,
the
"Yeah."
coconut, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and so then she needs to go back to the bathroom.
One of the two, and there's a whole group of people.
Yeah, and it's just still coming, and like it's been probably 5 hours at this point, and I'm texting
5 or
my
6,
parents, like, what do we do? We
Eric's
can't
like,
go on this.
Give
like,
more. Give her more Zofran and more Imodium.
Yeah,
It's been 5 hours. Like, give her another one.
and I'm like, this is a really big problem because we got to get to this island in the north because we have a whole thing booked there. Our flight back to Manila is from up there. Like, I don't really know what to do, but we cannot get on
A
the
boat
boat
right
because
now.
once we get on, we ain't coming back. And that's 5 days in the wilderness of just
On the sea,
yeah,
on the open
with
sea.
food that LEP doesn't really eat. And so I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, I'm telling you, like, in
She'll be
12 hours, she'll be fine. Well, I'll stay the night here, and when we are like going to leave tomorrow, we can make a decision to see how she feels.
Then they look up, and where's Ellie B?
And like, there's some guy who has come and is like giving me these electrolytes from the other trip, and he's like, "Oh, the same thing happened to me on like day 3 or whatever, and like I've just like these helped me."
I just like it was from the sun, you know. She probably just got overheated.
Yeah, I was like,
Robert's like,
what?
I don't think she got overheated because where's Ellie B at this point? Ellie B.
So then I go back, and the sweet women have brought Ellie B one of these like, it's like a prison mattress.
No, that's because what happened was while Robert was like talking to the man, I rushed to the bathroom. And then, from my perspective, I woke up to a sweet woman saying, "You can't sleep there." And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I was now on the floor.
She was on the floor, like in between the bathroom.
The like
and
door jamb to the bathroom. I do have a memory, because I go in and out of consciousness from like kind of this point on. I do have a memory of throwing up face down. Like I'm like face on side, like baby spit upping because I can't sit up anymore.
And so they bring her like one of these prison
this.
mattresses, and she's like just out on that in the bathroom. And a little, not in the bathroom, but like a little outside, but leaned up against the wall that then goes into the bathroom. And I finally am like, I need to make this decision. Like, we are not going to sit around and wait. We need to go to the hospital.
Because at this point, I think
now.
I'd had like 3 Zofran.
Yeah, she had a good amount of sleep.
And it was unrelenting.
Yeah, which makes me think if we hadn't have taken any medicine, like,
I would have died.
Yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been real bad. And so they were like, okay, like we'll have to take the boat to get to the car. Ellie B was like, I'm not getting on a boat.
I just heard boat, and I was like, absolutely.
I'm not getting on a boat. And it was like 10 minutes, and finally I went to the guy, and I was like, get the damn boat. I don't care what she says. We gotta get out. Ellie B was like delirious, like in and out of consciousness.
At this point, I was no longer in Robert's underwear. I'd shit those as well. So, sorry, I cursed. My bad. I'd pooped those as well. So now I'm in Robert's bathing suit.
My bathing suit, yeah.
Because he figured it'd be easier to wash those out than throwing away more underwear.
Yeah, and so we get a group of guys.
They said they were gonna carry me.
We have a body board.
No, they were gonna carry me.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll just pick her up, and then
And they went to pick her up, and she was like, no, and then like she had to like roll over to the bathroom and just.
And they were like, we're not gonna pick her up.
So they get a body board, and like, I carry one side, 3 other guys are there, and
I remember none of this.
We like go, and they have a little like skiff boat, like a big John boat.
Yeah. Okay.
And they put us in there, and we got to do like a little 10-minute boat ride, and it's starting to pour down rain again. So we have these umbrellas that they have over, and you'll see these in the pictures. And Ellie B is just maybe with her mouth a little more.
I don't remember. I just have vague memories of like boat.
Yeah.
Boat.
Yeah.
Bus.
And so then we like
pain.
We have our bags and everything, and then we get, and they have a van with a driver, and then the one of the guys comes with us.
That's true. The little man comes with us.
And I will never forget, this man was driving in like a Formula One race to get to the hospital. And it was like a 40-minute drive.
They had me laid out on the front. They had a towel underneath me.
Down very windy mountainous roads. And we were rocking back and forth in the back.
I was coming in and out of consciousness at this point as well.
And I was like not really sitting on a seat. And I will never forget, he had his entire dashboard was covered and decorated with every single Paw Patrol stuffed animals. I don't even think it was street legal, this car, because you couldn't even see fully out of the dashboard. And he's driving 100 miles an hour down mountain roads with woods. Paw Patrol stuffed animals staring back at me the whole time.
And I was dying.
Yeah, unit stuff.
Oh yeah, we don't want to lose the.
Okay, so we're driving the Paw Patrol car, and we're driving by some like pretty rough places, and we finally get to
what they're calling the
hospital, and it is a hovel of a place.
I would call it like a shanty.
Yeah.
And not being mean, it just is.
And we get in, and there's one room with just like
it is
sheet
one
divide.
giant room.
Yeah. And we get in, and they
I'm like barely walking.
yeah, they like put her on the bed.
I immediately have to go to the bathroom.
The doctor comes up, and he's this nice Filipino man.
No, I immediately have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's there.
Well, no, they're trying to put IVs in her, and they can't because she has to keep going to the bathroom.
And I'm like, I have to go. And there's no running water. You like scoop water from the communal bucket into the toilet to like help it go down. And I was like, this is how I die. I die here in this communal toilet water.
Yeah.
And so finally, I'm like, I can sit still for at least 5 minutes for the IV me.
They put the IV in her, and the doctor comes over, and he is a sweet Filipino man wearing scrubs on his top, and and he is not a small man. He is a large man. Probably
He's like,
30.
Yeah, I was like, our age.
Maybe 20.
Maybe he just graduated middle school, he said.
And he was...
From Manila.
He didn't have the greatest body type, but he was wearing the scrubs on top and just tight as could be biker shorts. And I'm like, why?
And like Tom's shoes.
Yeah.
Like,
and so he like does some stuff. I have my dad on FaceTime, which I felt really like rude, being like, I don't trust this guy, whatever, but making sure we give him the right thing. And Dad was like, yeah, I mean, that's what we would have done when I did training in the 80s and 90s.
Then I got cold. I remember waking up because I was so cold. I was so cold, and my whole body was like shaking.
Well, she goes through 2 bags, so that's 2 liters of like the saline solution, fluid stuff, which is insane.
At this point, it's night. And
there's a great picture.
Yeah,
there's a great picture of Ellie B in there, also just dead. And so we're like, I'm sitting there on my, like, because there's still no service, so I have like satellite phone. I am subsequently now having to find where in the hell are we going to stay on this tiny island?
Because it's like 10 p.m.
It's like, it's like 8 p.m.
Oh, I don't know.
And I have no service. And so I'm on the satellite phone, like texting my parents, being like, I need you all to find a place and book like 3 nights or whatever. Just get us somewhere. And everywhere is booked. Everywhere. Because it is holiday season, it's Eid, so a bunch of people are coming to this little island. And the only place is like this like
couples
only like super nice resort on the water. And so it's not cheap. But I mean, it's Philippines, so it's still cheaper than it would be anywhere else. But so we have they book it. And meanwhile, remember, it's one room with the sheet. There is this guy who, like this, I don't know, European guy who has been in a scooter accident, like a moped scooter. And he is ripped, tore up from his shoulder down to his ankle on that side of the body. And is just like filleted. And so he comes in and he's like, like screaming. And Ellie B just out. Still out, just out cold.
I was unwell.
And so they're like performing this like skin graft procedure, and he's like screaming, and that's just happening like 3 feet away from me because I'm like sitting in the bed, but I can still see around the curtain. So I'm like, oh my god.
Our beds are basically touching. I mean, the beds are.
Yeah, and this doesn't seem like the most sanitary situation that I've ever been in. And then he like gets sent home.
Oh, the spider bite.
Then this French woman and her father come in, and his foot is at least 5 times the size that it should have been.
Robert's like, I know you're asleep. All I hear is, it's the size of a watermelon.
It was
What's the size
huge.
of a watermelon? He's like, shh, I'll tell you in a
minute. And they're like, he had a spider bite that from a few days ago, and it won't stop swelling. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So then they sit down and they have to like drain all this fluid and do all this stuff, whatever. So then we finally, like, this massive storm happens.
Like the power flickers.
Like it was like a microburst. Like there had to have been a tornado or something. And we hear this like really big boom. And like lightning and an immediate boom. We're like, I think lightning just struck down the street. No shit. 2 or 5 minutes later, this family whips up in their car, and the dad comes out and is covered in
I was
blood
awake for this.
and holding his like 5-year-old child who is covered in blood and is running and is like freaking out like, oh my god,
This kid
child
was-
is dead.
This kid was struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And they put him down and they like are washing him off. This is like, again, right next to us. And they didn't even draw the curtain this time. There's no curtain. And we're watching, and yeah, I mean, it was just, he had like hit his head or something.
It was like this big.
It was
Dude, my
like
head's
this
bleeding.
big, but there was blood everywhere. And they had to like calm the kid down or whatever. And I was so sure we were about to see like them try to perform like life-saving emergency surgery on this child and him die like in the parents'
We
arms.
weren't even like we weren't like rubbernecking, like glancing. We were literally like watching them perform.
Yeah.
I passed back out though.
Yeah, and then all that happened, and we like paid, and
They said that I remember they like took my blood to test for like
Oh, yeah.
everything. I don't know anything else after that though.
the white count thing was like
Oh yeah,
14 times.
my white blood cells were through the roof. He was like, "Your wife is fighting
Yeah.
for her life."
So they give us all like 7 different medicines to
That I have to take
take
throughout
at
the
multiple
day.
different times for multiple different days.
I
at
was
different
like my own
intervals.
personal pharmacy.
Yeah, and so then we get to like the guy who
He
drove us
waited
there, he
for us
waited for
like
6 hours.
6, yeah.
took us to the place, and the towel guy came with us, and they helped us get down, and then
No, the guy like basically carried me down this
Yeah.
hill to get to the hotel.
and then they're like, oh, do you want to like check in? The people at the desk are like, yeah, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get her to the. She's like sitting on the bench, just like
They were like, "Is she okay?" And Robert's like, "Yeah,
she doesn't really know where she is.
She's
fine.
really, really tired. She just hates
Yeah.
traveling."
So we get her in the bed, and she falls asleep, and
I don't emerge from this room for 4 days.
yeah, and so now ensues just hibernation of LEB,
It's true.
and it got to a point where it was like kind of funny because it was a couples only place, and I kept going to all of the meals by myself.
And then like bringing food for his wife.
And I was like, oh, can I get some rice for my wife? And like no one ever saw her. So like they all then started becoming like very interested in
that
what
one
was
guy, I
going
think
on.
like he thought you killed me or something because he
He
insisted on bringing the
it
food
inside.
in.
Yeah,
He was like, "No, really, I'll bring it in." Robert's like, "Sit up," and I'm like, "Hi."
but he was kind of creepy.
He was like, "Are you
Yeah,
okay?"
he
I'm like,
lingered.
"Yeah, I'm good.
And
Thank you."
so they like would do rice, and then they had like broth, and sometimes the broth was great. Sometimes the broth was not great.
The broth was dark
Yeah,
brown.
it was definitely handmade because it
Yeah.
changed every time.
It was a unique color every time. If I ate one more thing of rice, and then they brought me bananas.
Yeah,
They were like the little ones, and so
Jungle
they had
bananas.
like a funky flavor, and I was like, "Oh, they're warm." And Robert kept going to get me Powerade
I had to walk
Power-
to this
yeah,
like
Powerade.
little place and get Powerade.
and some flat Coke.
Yeah.
It took me 3 days to drink one Powerade, and he was
Yeah.
watering it down.
I had to call her parents, and like we had to conspire on how to all bully her into drinking. It was terrible. Like LEB, I had to. It was like she has this guilt trauma or whatever. I was like having to play to that. I was like, Ben and Ashley, I need you to guilt the shit out of her to drink this
Watch your profanity.
because she's like kind of like she couldn't move.
I couldn't lift. Like at one point, I was like, I can't move anything. Like I can't lift. I can barely get to the bathroom. I can barely roll over. I can't sit up.
Yeah,
And he's like, we have to do something.
yeah.
And smart LEB, I had brought literally an entire like
Crackers.
chest full of
Saltines.
crackers, saltine crackers, and Ritz crackers in case I got sick on the boat.
Yeah.
But little did I
And
know that was my meal
So then
for 5 days.
we couldn't do anything, and I wasn't gonna go do anything. I felt horrible if I would go do anything. So we sat, and we had never seen Ted Lasso, and we binge watched Ted Lasso,
That
and
when
it
we
was
watched Ted Lasso.
amazing.
It was really good.
Amazing, great show.
We
Great
watched all
show.
the seasons.
Yeah.
One night I tried to go upstairs to eat dinner.
Didn't
Couldn't.
work.
Nope. I made it up the stairs and then was like, I've died.
And everyone in the restaurant was like, "Oh,
You're here! And then I went downstairs.
Yeah.
That was the only time. I left the place twice. That time, and then to go walk on the beach and touch the water, and then I slept until like 2 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, and so I mean that there was like literally nothing else to tell from all that.
From that.
But then we booked like
one near the
well
airport.
So I tried to figure out like how do we get to where our next place is. There was a flight, but the flight was booked. There was a ferry, but it was like a 5-hour ferry, and that wasn't going to work. So then I had to figure out how to get
Back to Manila.
Back to Manila, and there were like no flights, and then somehow by the stroke of the utmost luck you could find in a
By the grace of God.
We found a flight that like 2 people had canceled or something, and got back to Manila. But the place we were staying, we needed 1 extra day, and they didn't have availability. So now I'm like, oh no. So then we had to find some other place that was a resort thing that was
very
near the
lovely.
Airport. That was very lovely. Went on a nice walk.
It was like Japanese.
At sunset.
We did a slow, nice walk at sunset.
That day I did go sit on the beach.
Robert got to go to the beach. I just slept again.
Yeah. And then we went to Manila.
Where we tried to go onto the pool.
We tried to go to the pool, and there was this like British man and this Filipino woman, but they were like married.
They were together because we saw them in the airport.
Yeah.
Together. So it wasn't like she was like...
She was sitting, dry shaving his entire body.
Entire body.
Just at the pool.
I'm talking like...
everywhere.
Like
and he's just sitting there like reading his little phone or Kindle or whatever. And there's his hair just going everywhere.
She's like...
this is a nice hotel. It's like a Marriott or something.
Robert and I
yeah.
I got overheated. I had to go back in.
And then we did...
we did get massages.
We got massages, and I would say it was probably the best massage I've ever had.
I got a sensational foot massage. What was it? 30-minute foot massage.
On top of her.
On top of my normal. I got a 30-minute massage one day and a 90-minute the next morning. Sensational.
Yeah.
Then we got to the airport and I slept the whole plane ride.
Yeah.
So that was our trip to the Philippines. Wasn't what we thought it was going to be. I wouldn't know about Filipino food. Their rice is very normal.
This is also the funny thing is there was 2 weeks or 3 weeks in between. I had like some of the worst food poisoning of my life.
Yeah.
From a bad oyster I had eaten in Norway. Who would have thought?
And then, right?
And then
this.
and then this. So
you know,
it happens. Shit happens.
Literally. I hope that I'm immune now from the Filipino whatever that was.
We'll be going back.
Probably.
Not for the same itinerary, but we'll be going back because it was
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I mean, it was like Avatar.
Yeah.
The Blue People one. I mean, it was beautiful, but not ideal at all. I think it's like a resort, you know, where you can like do activities and snorkel and scuba. But so yeah, that was the Philippines. A long time coming for the journey and the stories. The good news is, as even though this was a long vlog, the pictures, there are like 5 because I was deceased for most of the trip. So enjoy the like literally honest to God maybe 10 photos from our journey, 2 of which are me like dead. So enjoy. Thanks for listening. Next vlog you'll hear is me talking about my time here in Spain, which will be in a week. So
we're gonna go eat.
We're gonna go eat dinner. Bye.
Very busy airport. Robert just got water and it's very warm. Last flight before El Nido. What were you about to say?
I was just about to say Texpula.
Why?
Because they're giraffes.
No. Why? It's your favorite song, Brooks. We love you. We miss you. Our airport shuttle is a golf cart. One step closer to being sound.
Wait, my hand was down my pants.
Why did you think that was so funny?
Because it looks like it.
What is it? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So that's a no for the colonial cupcake.